Montreal, Bpmradio Montreal ALLWAVE show, and today we have a special guest with us, Mr. Maniks.
What's up? What's up, my G? You good?
For the people who don't know where you're from, what part of Montreal, everything.
For sure. Well, I'm from downtown. I grew up in the McGill ghetto. Montreal is my home. I've been living in St. Henry now for a minute, but it's downtown is where I grew up. Montreal is my everything. I'm 34. I've been playing music since I was like 8-9 years old. I was playing the piano, and then I picked up the electric guitar about 13-14 years old. Rap has been in my life since about the age of 8, about that. And I think the first thing I listened to was like Coolio's Gangster's Paradise.
Word?
Yeah, something pretty intense like that. And yeah, my buddy had it on a tape and brought it over, and I think since then, man, I've pretty much captured me, man. It's a pretty intense song.
Are you independent or in the independent label?
Well, you know, there's been here and there's been a couple of things happening, but I pretty much started my own label called Big City Savages. I started that. I pretty much release everything on that label. And for now, it is what it is. Other artists are welcome to come on, of course, but for now, it's just me doing my thing, and that's all it takes, man. You know, that's all it really takes. But it's a brand, it's a label, it's a crew. So there's many things happening, and most importantly, the music, man. The music is what I spend all my time on perfecting.
So, the name Maniks.
Yes.
Where your name come from, and
There's you know, there's many stories to where the name comes from. And I can't get into it completely right now, but what I can tell you is it kind of started as a graffiti name. Okay. So I kind of started tagging, and when I was about yeah, I would say 15, 16, I started getting into it. And I remember, I think there was, I forget if it was like a punk band or something, I liked the way the letters shaped out, so I started Manix. And then I was like, and then I started kind of like spray painting it here and there, and I was like, I don't know if I feel this totally, so I was like, I felt it more with the KS. Then I kind of built like a punk rock graffiti name around this, and then about 14 years later, I kind of stopped all that graffiti stuff and all that, and now I still do it, but on a different level, and pretty much, yeah, man, that's where my name comes from, and I use that for my rap name. So I had a little street name, brought it to the rap world, figured that would make the most sense, you know?
For how long you been working on that music thing, like before you get to that level of listeners?
Right. So, like the rap thing, I've been working on for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and when I say 5 years, guys, I mean every day. I'm very intense. It's hard to explain, but I retired at a young age. I had this nightclub, and I kind of just been focusing on my music. I try not to spend too much, of course, because it's an industry where you can spend a lot, and you can throw your money around, so you got to be careful. But otherwise, yeah, man, I think people have started noticing me only after like, I mean, I was always promoting and doing it like that, but now my music is really taking charge. And now I would say, yeah, it's taken a good 4 or 5 years, man, to really perfect it.
So, can you remember like the first event you ever performed in? As a musician?
You know what? Actually, I do remember. I played one show that was like, c'est le Festival d'Expression de la Rue.
Okay,
and what that is like basically, it was like dans la rue and for pops and this kind of street youth organization. And when I was younger, I played punk there a long time ago. It was a festival. They basically do it at Bpmradio, and it's really crazy. Everybody's there.
Yeah, that's so.
It's insane. So you've been there, and you know it's kind of like a festival type of thing. Like there's no tickets, and there's no door. You just show up, and it's kind of open air, right? And that was one of my first rap shows. Like I went there and I did my set. It was like 15, 20 minutes. But people liked it. It was good. My punk friends were there. Some of them were there. It was a bit different. That's what I'm all about, man. I'm all about keeping it different.
What category would you put your music in?
You know, it's tough, guys, because when it comes to this rap thing, everybody has their own vibe. You know, Da Baby and Little Baby are going to have 2 different vibes. This guy and that guy are gonna have different vibes. Boogie and this guy's gonna have a different, and Ferg is gonna have a different vibe.
Exactly.
Everybody has a different energy. To say where I stand with all this is kind of like just hardcore trap music but not in the sense that it's maybe about being gang related or violent. Just hardcore in the sense that I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm very, very passionate. I'm a Greek Italian. I grew up downtown Montreal. I love music so much. Just like so many people in the scene, man. Like everybody's all about it. Like, excuse me. I'm just like that guy who's all about it. But I mean, I come from the street punk world. I come from this. So I would just say it is a very just hardcore trap, that's what I would put it as. And it's kind of, I guess that's kind of sounds strange, but my music is always evolving, guys. Like there's new music coming, the raps are getting faster, they're getting more elaborated. It's always constantly growing. It's constantly growing.
Can you remember the first video you performed in, the first video or song?
My first single I ever released was called Bless the Stress. That was my first song. You can check it out on YouTube if you want. You'll get an idea. You'll see my evolution in the craft. It'll go from, I think it was like Bless to like a French song I did, and like then I did a bunch of, like I went crazy. I tried a whole bunch of things, Like obviously The World Is Ours and Bless the Stress is like two different things.
Who are some of the artists who came before you that got you inspired to do this music thing?
Well, definitely like, just in general, definitely like French Montana and Drake. Like French Montana, I think I listened to Coke Boys 4, the mixtape, and it was like an ex-girlfriend, I was listening to it. That got me into actually like being interested into rapping, because that's an incredible mixtape. And of course guys like Drake, otherwise like artists from the city, like I love AZ, I love Enema, I love certain guys like that. And yeah, we were doing lots of interviews when those guys were just putting out, I forget what song, and yeah man, like there's no point, like I don't believe in competition, I only believe in healthy competition, like unhealthy competition I don't believe in. I see other guys, I see other hustlers, it motivates me, it doesn't turn me off at all, man. It turns me right on and go and go. Everybody's different. Like I could see why some guys could look at it and kind of feel upset because they feel like they have the talent, but they're just not cutting it or whatever, or it's just not selling, or it's not their time yet. Because there's valuable lessons in the come up, man. Like I can't tell you, like it's a bit crazy,
Yeah, it don't comes like when you want.
Nah, and you don't want it to, man. You don't want it to, because it's happened to other artists, and it throws you off course, man.
A lot of energy in your content.
Yeah.
Where did that energy come from first, and what will be the message?
Well, basically, like if you look at my single, like Champions, things like that, and just my whole come up in general, and just the scene, just performing. Just to give you an example, performing. You always want to stay in shape, so I try to hit the gym a lot. And when I was running kind of my own club,
Of gym?
Yeah. No, I had my own like kind of nightclub, punk club kind of thing. And in order to not necessarily pay everybody, I kind of did my own bouncing kind of thing. So I tried to stay in shape for about 9-10 years. I hit the gyms, so I stayed in shape with the boxing gyms, and it kind of transferred into my rap world, because when you perform on stage, it's good to like you have energy.
You have to be in shape.
Yeah. So that's where I'm coming from, basically, guys. Is that for this rap music, for music in general, for whatever you want to call it, bro. Like at the end of the day, like I just want to let everybody know that you're in control of your life. You're in control of what you eat. You're in control of how you react to things. You're in control of what you put in your body. So the health, man, is the wealth. That's what I'm trying to preach out here.
What music is on your playlist right now? Like, what do you listen? It can be from Canada.
I'm listening to lots of French rap right now. I love like PNL, Caris, Hamza. But like those guys are sauce. But of course, Al Capote, it's incredible. Like his rhyming is incredible. The craft is incredible. And the beauty of it is this: I'm always looking for new things that are going to challenge me as a listener and an artist. So to keep upping the game, so I can take French, I can bring it doesn't matter what language it is, really. As long as I can kind of decipher what's going on, listen to the overall production, and then I get an idea, okay, this is what's up. And you're always growing, man, with this thing. My freestyle today won't be my freestyle tomorrow, man. That's definite.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh my God. I can't tell you guys, like, I'm obviously, I can't tell you guys my secrets, you know, but you know what I'm saying? But like, I have for sure a daily regimen of a lot of music videos, the gym, the jam room, just writing in general, freestyling, at least half an hour a day of freestyling. So I'm very about it, guys, you know, it's... this
is another type of gym, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's a mental gym, basically, and I keep encouraging that too, guys. Like, watch your mental health. It's huge, you know, it's huge. And rest in peace to Juice WRLD and stuff. And whatever happened with the feds and whatever, it's just tragic, man. It's tragic stuff. You know, that's what being an artist is all about, man. There's the danger, which we all love, and that danger can push you into the train tracks and kill you. So, you know, that's like in our graffiti world. In our graffiti world, you know, people were very respected with the more dangerous aspects of the art and culture, which really had nothing to do with, let's say, me teaching you how to spray paint the face of a pigeon or, you know, a chameleon or something like that. You know, one is technique, one is, do you have brass balls to fucking jump off a roof or some crazy shit like that, right? So, you know, it is what it is, and in that game too, lots of people lost their lives, man. It's very tragic, very tragic.
What project you just dropped, and
right.
What is the next one, the next up?
Right, so this is what's up. I just dropped an EP, 8 tracks, Polychrome versus Maniks, a lesser of two evils. Very dope, go check that out. And then now the new project is basically the rap masterpiece, 13 tracks. January 20th of 2020, it's dropping. It's literally dropping. And you saw the promo video. It's very, we're getting into some, like, you know, kind of interesting energies here, guys. And you're gonna wanna check it out for yourself.
Let us know more about this project. Producer's gonna be on there. What studio you work with?
Right. So there's a lot of doing at the Planet Studios. Is a great place where there's a lot of mastering happening there, and it's the mixing and mastering is probably the best in North America. Producer-wise, it's familiar names you've seen before. It's new names. Of course, the New Moon Rising, the concept is basically going with the universal energy and kind of like the twilight of things. Like, you know, I believe that the universe has a quantum energy. All these beats, there are 13 beats chosen, of course, out of 20, something like that. They're 13 that were just rendered perfectly for the album. I do everything off a vibe, man. If the vibe is there, I go with it. If it's not there, I scrap it. New Moon Rising, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Let us know more about the directors of the videos.
Right. So recently with Etienne Dudu Rocher, we just finished World Is Ours. It's an incredible video.
Crazy.
Yes, beautiful video. They put all their heart and love into it. You know, I work with many directors from the city. You can check out all my videos. They all have their own thing. You know, movies is another world. It's another world, and it's a world sometimes I try not to tear my hair out too much because it's very complicated.
The artist that's going to be in the project, like the features and everything.
Right, so I work a lot alone, but I do have a couple of features for New Moon Rising. I have K Blitz and I have Jay Chinaz. Both of them I think are from Edmonton, or one of them's from Calgary, one of them's from Edmonton. They're both great guys. The project itself, guys, is very impressive. The features are awesome. I mean, it's like one of these master albums. Like, it's all my work, guys. I can't tell you how long I've been working on it, and it's gonna be good.
Leave your Instagram or your network so if people want to reach you.
It's on Instagram, Maniks Official. My website, maniksmusic.com. January 20th of 2020, the new project.
You know what it is? ALLWAVE Show, Bpmradio. It's your boy Maniks. Salute.
Salute. Thank you, my G.
Accessible from anywhere in the world.
Wavy tones, wavy tones.